It's everything to me. Yeah. Happiness is everything. But I feel like sometimes as even as a human, we don't even know what that is, like you know what happiness is, but it's like, are you really happy, or are you think you're happy? But say for example, you were to ask me the same question right now in 2012, I think I would sit here and cry. And I would probably tell you I don't know what happiness is. And I think I'm far from that. And I just don't know how can somebody in the world like my aunt bring me so much happiness for God to take her away. My name is Lysa, I'm 29 years old, and I'm from Toronto, North York, Canada. I had the stroke in 2011 when I was 19 years old. So my friends and my family make me happy, especially when they're guiding me through life, making decisions to help me with the future. That helps me out a lot as a person. I wouldn't buy anything, but I would donate my money to the Heart and Stroke Foundation. When I had a stroke, and I went to Humber River Hospital, they told my mom they wasn't sure if I was gonna make it because my blood clot in my brain was 2/3 of my brain, which is 60% of my brain. So I was already paralyzed for the whole left side. I was paralyzed from my arm and my leg, everywhere from the top to the bottom. My body fought a heavy battle, a very strong battle. But then when I got there, I got not better, but I was still paralyzed, still confused, had all the signs of a stroke, all the symptoms, facial droop, confusion, paralyzed, everything was messed up. They said that my body fought so much, they don't have to give me the shot because slowly, I was at that point, I don't even know what was happening, but they didn't end up giving me the needle shot. Yeah, I'm happy with life, but for me, it's I'm not really happy with the things that are happening to me, with my health wise, my numbness and my tingling in my hands and my leg, that's not part of my happiness. But I am doing things like exercising and eating better and taking multivitamins. I think I'll be a little bit more happy if my health was back to where it was, not being able to work and stuff. Sometimes I have problem thinking too, I think because of the situation that I'm in, not being going to work and staying at home and not being able to drive far because of the situation. And I feel like summer just kind of went past me, so that kind of made me sad this summer. I would have I would have gone back to Canada's Wonderland. I would have gone on many more roller coasters, but I couldn't go on those roller coasters this time because of my health conditions. I feel like I would maybe travel more. Because I lost my aunt because my aunt committed suicide, and then that 1 month after that hit me really, really hard. That's when I had a stroke. Really slowed down drinking for a really long time because I was drinking a lot, but I slowed down. I had a hard time pumping my gas and going to school and being full-time university. And I remember 2 weeks before I went there and I wanted to say hi to her, and I wanted to ask her for $20 to put in my gas tank. And I remember that one time when I went there, she was like, "Lysa, let's go eat photo boy," and blah blah blah. And after I was back early, I have so much homework. I'm from Westview to university, it's so hard. The reading materials are super hard, and I'm just not understanding what I'm reading. Everything is so dry. I had to meet all my new friends and had nobody from Westview. It was a whole life again. And it was just trying to get into the whole university being a student type of life. So I was telling her no, I have to do my homework, I have to study, I don't understand my readings, I'm all over the place. And she said, "Just come eat." And I was just no. And I just felt I picked school over her in a way, and then all that happened. And then when it was time for me to leave, I'm I gotta go now. And she's "No, why don't you just stay? Why don't you just go eat and you can study after?" And then I remember she gave me one hug. And that was the last hug she ever hugged me. And that was the most, she hugged me so tight. So, because usually I'm the type of person where I don't really like hugs. That's just how I am. I don't like to be touched. I don't like to be hugged. I don't like hugging people. I don't like to be touched. I think it's because I'm an only child. I grew up independent my whole life. I just always been kind of alone by myself. So for me, that compassionate of my, I'm not used to that. The hug really tight that just kind of threw me off a little bit, right? So when she hugged me that, at that point, a moment, I was wondering how come she's hugging me so tight? And I remember she kissed me on my forehead and she told me she'll always love me. And I didn't understand what that meant, right? I didn't at that point I didn't click until later on, much later on. There's no paper that said why she did it. She didn't say anything. it kind of just happened. Maybe she wasn't happy with life. If I knew that she wasn't happy, I would have like somehow tried to make her happy, or try to like bring her on vacation, bring her out to eat more, bring her to the movies, you know, do certain things that would maybe make her stop, like make her not do what she did. So 10 years, my ideal happiness situation, I would love to have 2 kids, maybe 3. And I would definitely need to have a puppy, a dog, and maybe some more pets. Maybe a house, maybe an SUV, maybe a great job. Married, of course, married with kids, and be a mom. I want to be like a soccer mom. I want 2, but you know, if 3 is an accident, that's okay. I'll take the 3rd. You know, like I'm just saying, like ideally 2. And let them know that, you know, life is not how it is. It's not sugar coated. It's very hard, and like you have to always take care of your health. And health is the number 1 thing.